There's a few of my friends from here. I think we were at Skankfest. People were fucking saying that shit where it's funny because, yeah, you'll be dating someone and everyone's like, oh, your little comedy thing. And it's like some comedians will be like, yeah, I made a teacher's salary last night.
Oh, my God. Dude, I have a memory like that haunts me to this day. And I want to work it in somehow. I've done it on stage a few times. But a girl I went to high school with, I saw like 3 years ago at a Target. And she was in the line behind me and just bumped in. She goes, oh, hey, Trevor, you still doing your little comedy?
Oh, yeah, she came
But
out.
it was Lil.
She goes, Lil.
You don't want to disrespect somebody's career, put Lil in front of it. You just be like, oh, you're a lawyer? You're a little lawyer? You bang the gavel?
Yeah.
But I like that
you
moment.
spray your fire hose?
Like rappers have people that are like teachers, like, you ain't shit. But like, that's my moment. This girl that I grew up with, who was a year older than me, said, your little comedy career.
You need to do all diss tracks about her. Like, take that, Stacy. Fuck you.
You know how some people have like the good luck charm they put on their door frame on the way out? It's just a photo of her.
Picture of her.
And I'm just like flip her off every time we leave the house.
Just a photo of her doing this.
Fuck you, dude. Yeah. Lil. But it is so funny. That I mean, it's like you don't like when that gets brought up, but when it does get brought up, you're like, you're ready for it. My parents do that now too.
Right.
But because this job doesn't make sense to anybody.
No, it makes sense to
So
zero
when
people. It's one above TikTok. Now that TikToks
I mean, literally,
are there,
you
they
just
go,
have to explain. You go, I work in advertising.
I used to tell people I was a
Not
director.
as fun.
Yeah, you just
Not
go,
as fun.
Not
Yeah.
as fun, no.
I would always say director, like, because in Canada I had TV shows,
Yeah.
so I felt like people could like wrap their head around that.
For sure. And then they like, what have you directed? You're like, when Bay breaks up with girlfriend 7. Like that's like that. Like I had actor in my bio at
7.
one point. My IMDb is stuff that I did like 7 years ago on MTV
Boys,
too.
the quintrilogy.
Yeah, exactly. She really said that? Emotional.
You know what the worst one is when people are trying to give you a compliment, but they underplay it, and then you have to like correct their compliment. Like
What do
someone,
you mean?
like someone will be like, "Oh, you're actually like doing pretty good. It seems like it's going okay," and you're like, I know you're trying to be nice. It's actually going way better than okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching some of your videos. Like, it seems like people actually like what you're doing. Like, you're doing well. You're like, more than that.
The most conversations, you would think with a following like me that I go to a bar and it's just chicks being like, titties. It's mainly just drunk dudes being like, so what do you really do for your income? What is your real? Now, all jokes aside, you can tell me, what do you really? One guy in Palm Springs, I was there for a bachelor party because I don't know why the fuck my friends would pick that, but we're in there, and this guy was like, all jokes aside, you can tell me, like what do you make doing that stuff these days? What do you make?
Like, you make a clip, like a year probably.
Yeah, he's like, how much money are you pulling in? And it's like, there's
insane thing to ask. Yeah,
it's an insane thing to ask. So I'm not going to try and walk through some logical thing, be like, well, this year I did this, so I just lie and I go, yeah, man, it's just a hobby. Just to give it to him.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
I'm not doing good at all.
Well, it's the worst if you get suckered in. You say one thing, you go, "I do pretty good on this." They go, "How much?" And then before you know it, you go, "Yeah, but it adds up." And
but like my manager and the agent fees, you're like, yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're defending.
But it is one of the only careers where people are like, what are you pulling in? Well,
Yeah.
let me see them dollars. Let me see the accounts.
And also, too, it's like if you want to do the math on it. I remember I was trying to say, it's not like, I'm not in fucking the league of money like you're making or anything like that. But there is one of those things where, like, you do 1,000 person like in a city or whatever, right? And someone
comics know.
Yeah,
I think comics know.
But normal people, they'll be like, how much is here or whatever? And you go, well, I don't know, do the math.
Yeah, but like,
you know how much the tickets are, you know how much the things, you know how much you think it is.
I saw Tim Dillon at the Beacon, and I go, dude, he probably pulled in blank. And then I talked to him, and he goes, oh, maybe a fourth of that. So you think but there's so much background stuff that's
kind of, but most like club deals are pretty standard.
Club deals,
and then,
you can get.
Well, from what I understand, theaters is basically doing one is less money, but obviously you're doing way less shows. But if you get into two, and that's all because of the union stuff.
Yeah.
Those union people get
this
paid.
guy,
I got buddies that do union
Dude, you
stuff.
walk around the theater and there's like 50 employees, and you're like, everyone has to come to work for me tonight? This is too much pressure. I don't like this. Like, you can go home, go visit your family, and hang out with them.
Go home. I'm making $700 a night, and I don't do anything.
Yeah, because I went from clubs to doing this theater run right now, and you see the expense sheet, and you're like, I had to pay for towels? Towels. So I can shower at the venue. $25 for towels.
Yeah, the union
I will air dry.
I know this dude who works at it for, he listens to our podcast, and he just messaged me sometimes, and he was saying he works on like Nate Bargat, like a bunch of different venues in California, and he literally just DMs me. He goes, "Yeah, this is how much this person got paid tonight."
He's just sending you the.
He just sends
check.
them. I go, "Why are you sending?
You shouldn't be doing this."
He goes, he's not like sending me like official. He just goes, "Yeah, so just so you know, like this is how much who is that? Lewis Black made tonight." And I go, Okay.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I go sick. He's probably listening to this right now, but
I guess that's the same as everyone sending you their crypto winnings.
But I honestly, he sent me
Yeah,
one.
our buddy
He
does.
honestly sent me one, and I go, oh, it's like I would have thought more than that. Like what you said.
it was low.
Yeah. Well,
It was
Air him out.
honestly.
If you got the
Well, you do
guts.
the math. You're like, okay, tickets are $35. There's 1,000 seats. Then you add that, but you like, there's so much behind it with
Yeah,
taxes and fees and everything. Manager, agent, everything.
Everybody's got to get a taste.
You rent this. Yeah, you rent the space, and it's like literally.
And it's you
everything.
having this conversation with a guy in a bar where he's had
There you
basically.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you're like,
I'm just
what
on-
is your name
the
again?
bar's closing. I'm like, listen, man, I'm doing all right. All right. All I ever wanted was support myself enough to pay rent. Okay, so that's all that matters to me. The guy's just like, so say the White Claw line. I'm like, oh, fucking.
I feel like when I was
Yeah.
younger, and I would probably be more. I would
I'm
be
not, like,
more
wealthy or
pretend
anything,
I
but
was
I'm not, like-
richer when I wasn't. But like, it's always a constant battle between not, because you want to be. People think you're doing good, but also you don't have to pay for everything.
Right. Like people are like, I'll get this round. Trev, you get? Yeah.
I'll buy stuff like that, but you have a girl that's like, yo, well, why are we not going on like fancy trips and stuff? And you have to be like, it's fucking tight, dude. December's a bad month.
Right. Yeah. Just sold out the Will Turn twice, and you're like, can't wait to go buy new Vans after this.
Yeah. I lost a lot of money on crypto that I've been talking about, or on stocks that I've been talking about for 4 years.
You did?
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, why don't we do this and this and this? I lost money on this thing.
That's how you
That was
undersell
2
it.
years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
But that's how you
Inflation's
undersell it. People are like, Ryan, you're doing really well. You're like, yeah, but I lost a lot on crypto.
That's how you humble brag. You go,
Yeah.
they go, you're probably doing pretty good. Pretty good. I lost 600 grand
No,
last
you go,
week.
I have a really bad gambling problem.
You just bring up crypto and drinking and gambling. Then they're like, is there a GoFundMe I can donate to?
You have
All right, so
terrible
Trevor
game.
Walls, rich YouTuber.
Yeah. Loaded. am I the richest guest you've ever had?
I mean, you literally work for Google.
I work
You
for
are the
Google.
Well,
most.
thank you for watching that clip, supporting the channel. If you like the Boyscast, there's a new episode every week at patreon.com/theboyscast.
That's patreon.com/the
The
Boyscast.
Boyscast.